Hello, confessional. Uh, Yesterday sucked once again. We lost the challenge literally by 2 seconds. So it just like was such a discouragement. Um, but had to figure something out. So we ended up voting Troy out, which sucked and it hurt. But I feel like going into the next part of the game with Rachel and Schneidman was my best option. And then after we rendezvoused, so we are now all together. The game is not going to be easy. It's going to be quite an uphill battle, but I am looking forward to it, hoping that we can figure something out and get some sort of in with people on Party Adam.
So I feel like I probably don't have many confessionals left. Unfortunately, I had an event I had to go to and missed the challenge tonight, and my team apparently came off 2 seconds short. So we had to vote somebody else off, and I had to vote out one of my closest allies, Troy, which I did not want to do. Unfortunately, I knew that there were some advantages with the other players and did not really have much of a choice. So I voted in a way that I really never wanted to vote. But I did keep all of my promises that I made. And then, of course, we had the rendezvous. It's really tough going into it with 3 Team Wendell and 7 Team Adam players left because they are probably going to pick us off one by one. We've talked about it a lot. We've been kind of waiting for it the last couple days. I guess I'm proud of myself that I made it this far. I kind of signed up for this on a whim and had no idea what to expect and thought I might be the first one out. And I made it to the rendezvous, so that's pretty cool. But I don't have high hopes at this point. I'm hoping that some people on Team Adam want to play the game and make some moves and not just wait to get picked off one by one once the Wendell people are gone. We're definitely going to play or make a play for Dixon. There's some talk about trying to get Sophia. I did not really get the impression that she was ready to make moves. But that was a couple of days ago and things change really quickly. So I think Schneidman, JJ, and I are really, really hoping that somebody will work with us at this point, and I guess we will find out.
Okay, so I just recorded a whole confessional, and it didn't work. My camera froze, so I'm going to try to recreate the whole thing. Hopefully, it'll actually be a bit smoother because I figured out a lot of what I wanted to say there. Anyway, I'll start with yesterday. I'm going to combine 2 days in one. Oh, the fucking challenge. I felt like we were winning the race. You know, we were all getting our books on. We were moving quickly, like getting the cups placed, and we were in the lead. Just another W, just to get the momentum around. We're going. And then Shannon's internet goes out. Her fucking internet goes out. And her internet has been shaky the whole time. And it just collapsed at the worst possible moment. And I'm not going to lie. Your boy was salty. Your boy was pissed. Your boy was upset. Because I felt like the victory was right here. It was right in my fucking hands. And got yanked from us. Oh, fuck. I don't know what we're going to do. Because I made this 4, right? Shannon, Rachel, JJ, me. And we've been together through this whole thing. But, I don't know if it's a rendezvous or another team challenge tomorrow. I don't know if I can trust Shannon in a crisis, you know? And tomorrow is crisis mode. Whether it's a rendezvous or another challenge, it is crisis mode. And I need people I can rely on. I need, foxhole friends. And Troy feels like somebody you can count on in a crisis. That man is a boulder. Shannon panics. Shannon freaks out. But I also know Shannon's loyal because we saved her once. So I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. And just, I'm sick of losing. Fucking sucks. It losing begets losing begets losing begets losing, and then you start to think you're a loser, and nobody wants to be a loser. It blows, and I want to feel like I have a chance at winning, and I'm not sure if Shannon, just the vibe around Shannon may not be great. So that's why we voted her out. Simple as that. Okay, I'm gonna do day 8. We made the rendezvous! Yay! We did it! First, we had our souls crushed, but we did it! We made the rendezvous! Yay! Oh, God. That challenge ripped my fucking heart out. When I found out we lost, it just gutted me. It absolutely fucking gutted me. I feel like I killed it. I couldn't find that fucking ball. I couldn't do it. And I feel like I killed all of our games, not just mine, all of us, the whole group. And this is the group I really like these people. And so to feel like I let everybody down, it guts me. I've been talking to these people more than I've talked to a lot of my friends over the past few weeks, and I feel like I fucked it up for them. It's really brutal, and now we have a really difficult choice between Rachel and Troy, because we, if yesterday, I needed foxhole friends, going into what I think could be a rendezvous, down 7-3, I need 2 people I feel like I can, ride or die. 2 people I can really, really, it's us and nobody else. Us against the world. 7-3, fuck. And Troy's sturdy. And Troy's loyal, and he's good at these challenges. He fucking kills it. But Rachel is more personable. I feel like Troy, I know what I'm getting with Troy. That he's a very steady dude. With Rachel, Rachel can flip. Rachel's a really smart game player, and Rachel's really chatty and funny and charming and cool to be around, and it feels more likely that she could flip on us, flip on me, you. But, it also feels like she could use those talents for good, for the righteous cause, for my cause, yeah! And so it's hard to know which one I should do, which way I should go. Because there's so much variance. 7-3, that's, we pose a threat to nobody. We have nobody. So what we need to do is make ourselves appealing as numbers. Work with us. Let us help you get out the big threats. And man, they have some big threats on that side. Fucking Blue Ridge Mountain Hager, he's the most charming dude I've ever met in my life. They have to want him out. And so what can I do? Dixon's clearly ready to jump ship. Sophia, I know she's ready to jump ship. There have to be more. If we could just get through one vote, if we get through this first vote and get somebody out on their side, then we're in. We're golden. Because then it's a whole new game. Then it's 6-3. And, Dixon and Sophia, I think, are up for grabs, and anything can happen at that point. So let's just do that. That's the pitch I got to make in this rendezvous. You know, we're all shaking hands, we're all laughing. I'm trying to present funny John, personable John, smart John, self-deprecating John. Just like, part of my pitch is keep me because I'm fun to hang out with. We spend a lot of time on these fucking Discords. Keep me because I'll entertain the shit out of you. And because I want to work with you, because I want to help your game. Let John help you. That's kind of the pitch I'm going to make. And hopefully that's appealing. Hopefully that's appealing, because there are some threats on that side, and hopefully they recognize it. And just like, forget about us for a little bit. We're turtling. We're in our shell. Don't think about us in our little shell. We got a lot of work ahead of us. It's a steep, steep mountain, but, you know, if there's anybody I could climb it with, it's JJ and Rachel. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do some fucking work. Who knows what could happen? I'm not dead. You know, I'm not dead. And I'm going to keep fighting my ass off until that they say my name is gone, because I want this so bad. It is so stupid, but I want it really bad. Like, I could use the life W. You know, like I'm walking around my days. My days aren't that exciting right now. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this game. And then I come on and we go, and we've been losing so much, and I just want it. I want to feel like it's still possible. I hope it is. Well, we're in the rendezvous now.
Hey, what's going on there, Expedition Online? I'm so happy I made the rendezvous. Man, I was definitely getting a little nervous there because we only won by 2 seconds. And as soon as the challenge began, I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, this is where it boils down. Do I make the merge or do I not make it? And I made it by 2 seconds. But to describe the challenge, it was my absolute favorite. I liked it even more than a scavenger hunt. It was messy and I loved it. Man, whenever I got going, I had that spoon in my mouth, the flour stacked up to here, and I'm just shoveling away, and flour is flying everywhere, my man. Like, I'm being serious, on the cabinets, on the floor, on my coffee pot, like, holder, on the toaster, on the can opener, just everywhere, and it was such a huge mess. But the good news is that we won. If we would have lost, it would have sucked to clean that mess up, and also had to talk a lot of who were going out, which was probably me. But anyways, though, I'm very happy I made it to Rendezvous, and on top of that, I got a sweet advantage, which is the shortcut. I knew there was something in that video, and this is basically safety without power, but I'm glad I got this, and I feel like I'm in a very secure spot right now, but I could be wrong always. Maybe they're gonna vote me off because I finally feel so comfortable tonight. So what I would like to do is, going forward, I'm gonna target my Team Adam people because I'm on the bottom of it, so it doesn't make sense for me to work with them whenever I'm only guaranteed like 7th place if we get rid of Team Wendell. So I have to make my move tonight, I feel like, and I'm going to make my move tonight, hopefully, as long as everyone has the advantages I think they have. So I would really like to target that Missouri-Dixon alliance since they tried stabbing me in the back. And to be honest, that's the people I felt the most betrayed from. So I would like to take out, if I win, only if I win immunity, because it's definitely a bigger risk to take Sophia out. And that's only, like I said, if I win immunity, that's who I'm going for. If I don't win immunity, then I'm probably going to try to get the target shifted to Kayla. But, I mean, you got to weigh really both options, to be honest with you. And Sophia is pretty close with Schneiderman, so I know Schneiderman might ruin the plan. So if I don't win immunity, it's probably going to be Kayla. If I win immunity, it's going to be Sophia because they can't turn the vote on me. And if I do win immunity, I'm free to basically go around the rooms without somebody having to watch me 24/7 because I don't think Team Adam already trusts me. In fact, like after the challenge yesterday, Sophia and Kayla literally hung around until I left that. As soon as I left it, they left too. But anyways, though, I have a lot more that I would like to do. Hopefully I survive tonight before I do them, but Oh, I'm just so happy I made the rendezvous. So that's all I think I have for you guys. Hopefully I win this challenge. And yes, we're going to score another one for Team Dixon here. Let's freaking go, baby. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my freaking gosh! Another advantage! Oh my gosh, let's open this and see what this is right here. Second one of the game. Oh, advantage? Congratulations, you have found a shortcut. The shortcut allows you to leave crossroads before the votes are cast. However, keep in mind that you lose your vote, but look at the bright side, at least you're safe. The last time you can use this advantage is when there are 7 players remaining in the game. Oh, I go from, in my opinion, the lowest spot to a better spot to now having this advantage. As soon as I sent that video, I knew there had to be something in there, especially after they reposted it. Oh, I'm so happy I found this, and it can get me out of trouble if needed, but I do got to remember, though, that I lose my vote, so I need to use this wisely. It's not a compass, but hey, it can get me out of a jam if needed, so I'm not going to tell anybody about this, because in my opinion, telling people about advantages in Survivor, or even Expedition, is what I'm going to call expedition suicide. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm glad I found it. And yes, so we're going to score another one for Team Dixon, 2-0. Bam! Let's go! Hey, what's going on there, guys? I also forgot to talk about how I want tonight to go and how I'm going to play tonight. So what I want to happen and what my main objective is for all the advantages to be flushed. I want to be the only one in the game with an advantage. And I know some people in this game have advantages, so my main objective tonight is to flush as many of those as I can. So last night, Team Adam was talking about splitting the votes. And that's the best case scenario, honestly, because Hager's not going to be there. So I'll get Holly to use her extra vote. And I think Schneidman still has his too. So I would get Schneidman to use his. And there goes the double extra vote. And I'm going to try to get the person who has the steal vote, who I think is on Team Wendell, to play it too. So how tonight should work is that I'm going to hop with Team Wendell. And it should be a 5-4-2 vote, I believe. But that's without the steal a vote. If it's a steal a vote, it should be 6-3-2 or 6-3 to whatever. And that's why I also think that it doesn't matter if they split the vote or not either, because I'm not going to try to force that. If they don't split the vote, I definitely will need the seal vote to be played, but how that vote should go is a 6-5 vote. So I need to be really careful tonight overall, because I know that they know that I know that I'm on the bottom, and they know that I know that, like I said, that I'm on the bottom. At least I think they know that. But anyways, though, I need to handle tonight with caution, because they could turn and flip the vote onto me if they really wanted to. But I don't think they're going to, because I just don't think it makes sense from their perspective to take out one of their numbers right now, especially with Meredith being gone on Sunday. And I really think people need to keep in mind that part, because that's strategy too when you tell people you're going to be gone. I mean, I'm not going to take out Meredith tonight because she's going to be gone Sunday, and that's one less person who's going to be voting. But anyways, that's how I want tonight to go, is I want Team Adam to preferably split the votes. But if they don't, I still want to target Sophia or Kayla regardless. And as long as the steal vote gets played, as well as both extra votes, well, really the extra votes don't even have to get played. But as long as the steal vote gets played, we should be fine, I think. I'm really hoping, though, like I said, my main objective tonight is to flush as many advantages as I can. So that's how I want tonight to go. I will talk to you guys later. Team Adam, mainly Dixon though, so we're going to say Team Dixon and Adam right here, because I want to win for Team Adam. Let's go! Bam!
You know, a game like this, there are many, many variables that are going to dictate the outcome of the game. You know, one of those might be luck, but I swear, damn, Adam, you picked a team of dogs, man. We have gelled so well together. No disrespect for Wendell and Team Wendell, but they haven't. They look at the numbers. You know, who would have thought we would have got to the rendezvous with this strong of Adam numbers? I don't think anybody on our squad would have thought that. You know, we started off a little rocky, which was worrisome. You know, we kind of went there tick for tat there for a little bit with Team Wendell, but we've pulled away. You know. That being said, that's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's been happy camp and everybody love everybody, but at the same time, like, we've not been forced to have those tough conversations. We've not been forced to break away from our comfort zones, you know, which is awesome, you know. But at the same time, I think that's going to hurt us in the end game here. I feel really good about my relationship with just about everybody on the squad. You know, I like Dixon as a dude, but you know, he's got to go. Quite frankly, I mean, that's obvious. You guys know how I feel by now. Holly, Sophia, and Kayla. You know, those are still, for some reason, those are the ones that are calling out to me. That's my best path. You know, and all for good reason. Holly, her and I both are probably the most vocal people on the squad. Obviously, I think I've said it before, I can't take her to the end. She's got too good of a story. She's too good of a person. Me, myself, if I'm not there at the end, I'm on the jury, which is cool as shit. But if I'm not there and Holly is, she's probably got my vote, you know. Bearing no unforeseen circumstances. Sophia, I've felt kind of confident in my relationship with her for a while. Just for the sheer fact that I don't think people suspect that one bit. In games like this, you kind of got to have that bond that's under the radar. And Kayla, she's a fierce competitor. I think that her and I have kind of a very similar game. I'm definitely more sporadic and, you know, fly on emotions kind of, I feel like. And she is more, step-by-step, organized, and probably thinks it through a little bit more than I do, but you know, I think that's why we'll pair up so well, you know. So I see good things going on for all of us here in the next few weeks. But Meredith and Matthew, man, I don't have the relationship with them that makes me comfortable yet, and that's not our fault. You know, this game is going to be won and lost on these little one-on-one 2 to 3 minute conversations. I mean, that's gospel. That's how what it's going to come down to, because you can never truly be your full self on here unless you are comfortable enough with somebody in a one-on-one room and can just flat out to take off your mask and reveal who you are, you know. And I'm getting there with people on my tribe. I feel like I could be a little bit more villainous with Holly and maybe Kayla. I don't think Sophia would be for the bigger moves. But Meredith and Matthew, you know, I want to bond with them. I want to get to know them well, because in my own tribe, aside from Dixon, obviously we already know Dixon's living in the outhouse. I don't have the best relationships with Matthew and Meredith. I just by sheer coincidence, I haven't got to get in the one-on-one rooms with them as much. And when I have, I think I've spent more time with Matthew, and it's kind of just more like unspoken, like, yeah, we got you, you know, you're my bro, you're your buddy, you know. But I've not really got to formulate any good strategy with them individually, one-on-one. You know, that being said, we would kind of be stupid if we just didn't go Team Adam Strong. I'm very worried about Schneidman and JJ. I've thought, you know, probably since like day 3 that they were the unspoken leaders on their team. It's a copperhead and a rattlesnake, you know, and we got to chop their heads off and throw them in the creek before they bite our asses and send us to the ER for anti-venom. And that's just the truth, you know. While our numbers are strong, we have to get those two out. I'm no disrespect to her, I'm not worried about Rachel. I don't see anybody on our squad warming up to Rachel. I'm more worried about Dixon when it comes to Rachel, but to me, I'm not as worried about Rachel. You know, that might bite me in the ass, and I don't think she likes me either. So I have to watch out for her, but I feel like she's somebody we can get down the road. You know, Holly, she's going to be a good shield, but like I said, I can't sit with her at the end. But she is such a well-liked person, I believe, that nobody wants to go to the end with her. So she's somebody that you could dance all the way to the finale with, or not finale with, but a couple steps before the finale, and then kick her out, And I don't think that would be a hard bargain to get done when it's down to 4 people. You don't want to take Holly to the end. What else? I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It scares the shit out of me. There's a few reasons people would vote for me. One of them, the easiest ones, would be that I'm not here. So it's easier to vote somebody else when you ain't got to look them in the eye and lie to them. So that's one reason I'm worried about. Not only that, the other reason you might think I'm a threat. I don't think I've gave myself a reason to be a threat. Like I said, I'm very vocal, and I can't help it. That just comes with the career, the gift of gab. Or another reason is, I'm annoying. People might not like that I got the gift of gab and don't shut up, but I'm not trying to be overbearing. It's just my personality. I can't help it. But that being said, I'm going to chip away one of those tomorrow, because my ass is playing my compass. Tomorrow will not be my funeral. Tomorrow will not be the day where, the evil Team Wyndham is going to laugh because we self-cannibalize, because it's not. I'm playing my compass tomorrow. I'm buying myself another day, because each day you're in this game, you can do something that is your reason to win the game. And I've got to give myself every day possible to do stuff to win the game. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to pop in tomorrow and raise a little hell if I can. Maybe tell some people about the compass. But I'm not decided yet. I'm afraid of leaving them hanging and pissing them off and not telling them. So that's something I'm battling with too. Is I don't want them to be surprised by it per se. But at the same time, I think they would understand. This is an exciting part of the game. I hate to keep saying it, I love the Avengers, but this is the end game, and here we are over here trying to beat the bad guys, and I'm very proud of all of us, because we've grown as a group. It's so fucking cliche and cheesy to say, but I feel like I've known these people a lot longer, and it's just going to get harder from here. So right now is the time to batten down the hatches, hold on to the rope, don't let go, forge these bonds even more in the fire. And, make big moves. This is the duality of the place we're in. You don't want to do something that's going to make you...
Ugh. I would like to say that I'm sick and tired of being the only one that takes care of this fire. Everybody else is, enjoying their frickin' sleep right now. And who's taking care of the fire? Me. Oh, for the love of God. Anyway, I wanted to get together and just share with you guys my thoughts on today's challenge and where I'm thinking about future and how excited I am about the rendezvous. Okay, so first of all, super thrilled that we won Exception. It's amazing. I'm super, super, super excited because, well, we didn't have to vote anybody out, right? Duh. That's amazing. Now, my Captain Adam gave us a clue, which some people figured out and some people didn't. I figured it out, and so I got a little tiny reward. It's a fake chicken sandwich and some french fries. So I'm going to enjoy my reward while I'm sitting here by the fire talking to you guys. Okay, so... I think I've said this so many times, Jess has got the most amazing mind to have come up with these crazy ass challenges. I freaking loved it. I mentioned the challenges specifically because I think it's important to say that so far, none of the challenges that we've done have been something that if you're good at this, then you're going to be good at that, right? You guys hear all the monsters out here? This is what I'm protecting people from. Crazy ass monsters. Anyway, so that's why I think it's important to mention, right? The challenges don't seem like they're, anybody can win them. I really do believe that. So there's no talent per se that's going to get us to a win. But I'm super excited. I mean, today's challenge was just by 2 seconds, right? It was a 2-second freaking difference between, well, I mean, really 3 people and us, because they didn't have 2 people play, which is fine. They were excused, but when you're averaging out, you know, 1 bad person versus over 3 people versus 2 or 3 bad people, or, you know, not even bad, like just not as quick people, over 7, it makes it hard. I want you guys to hear the crazy animals I'm protecting everybody from. Anyway, so really excited that we didn't have to vote anybody out, but also really excited that, you know, we have an opportunity to take this rendezvous and not be safe, but not necessarily have to turn on each other. So with that, I do want to say that there are definitely some thoughts that have come to me, right? So, first and foremost, like, Rachel, she's a great talker. She's like amazing and quick, and she's like one of those people that can get like an Eskimo probably to like buy ice from her. Like, that's the kind of person she is. JJ, my thoughts on him are like he's done pretty well at most of the challenges, right? Most of the challenges he's finished pretty good, quick. Challenge beast. Schneidman, not the same thing. He's I don't think that from a challenge perspective he's going to be like someone I have to really watch out for. But like I said, I think that a lot of the stuff thus far has not been like, ooh, you can balance, you know, you can juggle so you have an advantage or whatever. It's been really equal, like level playing field kind of challenges. So I've appreciated that. To make a move or not to make a move, that is going to be the question to answer tomorrow. We won tonight, but it's no longer individual. I mean, it's no longer like team. Now it's individual. So now the question becomes, when do you make your move? Not too early, not too late. Too early and the rest of your tribe, you know, turns on you and uses that against you. Too late and you're out. So the win for tomorrow is going to be really important, because whoever wins tomorrow is setting the stage for the rest of the game. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens. I think tomorrow's vote and the one after that will be very interesting. I think that, you know, Adam gave a clue today, like I said. I'm really thrilled that I picked up on it, but what good does half a burger do? I mean, half of a fake chicken sandwich do you? None. You have to figure out where the whole chicken sandwich is, or where the fake chicken sandwich store is. Because without it, all you're doing is eating for an hour. That's how I feel about this challenge. I got the clue, but don't know what the fuck it means. That's what I gotta do now. Figure out what the clue means. Figure out when to make my move so I can win this game. Get on Adam's good side. Figure out how to get him to watch my videos so that he can tell Jeff what an amazing fucking competitor I am. So Jeff can call me so I can get out on the island, win $1 million, move to a house that has like 12 acres so that I can have way more dogs running around causing a ruckus. Got my work cut out for me. Having said all that, it's late. So I'm going to go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.
Okay, this is my confessional for Expedition Online Season 4, and we made the rendezvous, which I guess we made the jury as well, and myself because I have been reminded over and over how many games basically everyone has played, and I just feel a little bit out of the loop and a little bit like I'm at a disadvantage because I don't know how to navigate these games quite like other people. I don't have the experience, so I'm really proud of myself being one of the least experienced people in the game to have made it this far. So moving forward, all my confessionals have been about Dixon since the whole compass play, and I'm still very much focused on Dixon. I still have not been able to talk to him about what all went down because we have won since, and it is a bit of a faux pas in my party to go off and talk if you're not going to Crossroads. So my main priority still is to talk to Dixon one-on-one and kind of get where his head is at. I think Dixon lies a lot, honestly. Like, the more and more I observe him, it just seems like his obsession with saying Team Adam is kind of coming off a little bit transparent, and just kind of remembering the way he talked to me before the compass play, I'm really starting to get kind of how he acts and, you know, when he's being a little bit dishonest. Now, I still don't have the great read on him, but I'm getting better. So I'm hoping when I talk to him, I can really kind of get a sense of what he's doing. If he flips, I honestly don't blame him, and I'm gonna try and let him know that, because if I was voted out unanimously, I wouldn't want to work with these people, especially with there being 6 of them. That's way too many people. You're clearly on the bottom. So I don't blame him if he flips. I want to try and get him to keep me safe if he flips. And I don't want him to tell the other 3 that he and I are close, because then they might want to get me out just to make sure they still really have him. And I just want him to kind of maybe guide their decision-making process without telling them that he and I are close. When we have the strategy session, it's going to be really difficult to get him in a one-on-one. He's going to be the most popular person, and I also can't really come on too strong. I have to play it a little bit cool, but that is my #1 priority. I don't know where the rest of my tribe wants to go. They said that they wanted to split the votes. I think that's kind of absurd. I just think it's way too risky, especially with Hagar not being there and the steal vote being in play. The other party has a real shot of potentially getting the numbers in their favor with the steal vote and with Dixon potentially flipping. So it'll be interesting to hear what my former party has to say, because I have not talked strategy with them for a really long time. Lastly, the 3 members of Team Wendell, I am going to just hopefully focus on being likable with them, because I just don't want to be their target if there is a flip. I want to try and give them an idea that I might work with them, and to be fair, I might, but I just can't trust them at all right now. So I need to pretend like I'm giving them valuable information without ever really giving them anything that could be damaging to my game. So there's a lot to navigate here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I'm sure going to try. Until next time.
What's going on, guys? Matthew here, here for my 9th confessional. So let's break down that challenge a little bit. That was a messy one. And when I looked at the tree mail video from the challenge coordinator, Jess, I was like, oh no. Because I do all this in my room. I do all the filming in my room. And so I brought a table up here, and because my webcam's attached to my computer, so I have to film it in my room. So I was like, I'm gonna get flour everywhere. But I managed to keep it kind of controlled. Basically, the challenge was we had a mixing bowl. We had 3 ping pong balls at the bottom of it, and we put 5 pounds of flour on top. and then we had to put a teaspoon in our mouths, scoop out the ping pong balls from the bottom of the mixing bowl, and balance them on top of 3 red Solo cups. And it was a timed challenge. So because the other team only had 3 players playing, they had to do some crazy math behind the scenes, working out averages and stuff. But basically, it was best time wins. So you want to do it as quick as possible. And I got mine done pretty quick. Had a pretty solid time. I was pretty pleased with my performance because I never want to overperform. That's the thing. I don't want to seem like a threat in any of these challenges. Although I don't know if people are really basing votes off of performances and challenges at this point. But I feel like it's, I don't want to put a target on my back, especially now that we're getting down to low numbers. Speaking of having low numbers in the game, we made it to the rendezvous, which is super awesome. And like a majority of Team Adam is still in, which is crazy. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Pretty excited because we have the numbers. Like, I think it's like 7-3 or something right now going into the rendezvous. So that's huge. Dixon might be a wild card because we tried to vote him out. And I don't know where his head's at. And I could see him flopping, so that's the only thing I'm worried about. I still want to work with Kayla and Meredith and Holly with that alliance and Sophia. So yeah, I think that's where my head's at right now. Looking forward to tomorrow's challenge. I guess it's going to be individual because we're not doing team eliminations anymore. So that'll be interesting for sure. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.
Okay, so day 8 Expedition Online is in the books, and I'm still here. I'm still a happy explorer. I haven't embarrassed myself yet, at least as far as I'm aware. I mean, I haven't seen it. Maybe I have. You probably know better than I do whether I've embarrassed myself or not. But drum roll, please. I have made it to the rendezvous. So very exciting. I am a very happy explorer right now. The day started off with our challenge. It was, I believe, called Under the Ashes. We had to dig ping pong balls out from under flour using a spoon that was in our mouth. And then we had to balance the balls on ping pong cups. So it was a very fun challenge. Jess is very creative. I really appreciate that. I wasn't sure going into the challenge if they were going to do a tribe swap. I kind of still had in my mind that there was going to be a tribe swap of some sort. So I thought since they were going to take all our individual scores and average them, they could easily split us up and then average the scores of the new tribes. So I wasn't sure if I was competing against or with my tribe, so I kind of didn't strategize with them that much. I thought it would be better to use a square container, so I asked Jess if the shape of the vessel mattered, and she confirmed that the shape did not matter. So I used a square Tupperware as my mixing bowl, and that really worked because it made the balls go to kind of the corners and I could watch where they went. So when it was my time to go, I knew kind of the vicinity in which to search for the ping pong balls, which is a sentence I never would have thought I would utter, but I mean, here we are. Okay. So we get to the challenge. Our tribe ends up winning. There was no tribe swap. It was straightforward. I was galaxy braining it. But so we win and the other tribe goes to tribal. And at this point it's 7-4. So it's like, man, the merge has to be coming soon. The rendezvous has to be coming soon. And we're going to be going into rendezvous with pretty good numbers. So we find out that Bobby gets voted out, and Shannon had been, or I'm sorry, no, Troy was voted out, and Shannon had been voted out the night before. So now we are told by Jonathan while we're at our base camp that we are now merged and that we should go to our new rendezvous camp. So we get to meet the other tribe and talk with them a little bit more, but it is still pretty awkward. So going into, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna drink. So going into rendezvous, we have 7 and the other party has 3. And those 3 are JJ, Schneiderman, and Rachel. And the numbers are on our side. And I also feel like the other party may have screwed themselves a little bit in terms of their perception by our party.
in that they went into a couple of days ago when there was the false start merge where they put us together, made us think that it was going to be one tribal and then it was separate tribals. The other party came in trying to scam us, and I mean, I do not take kindly to scammers. They had a plan, at least this is my interpretation, I could be reading this wrong, but my interpretation is that they had a plan to come in, tell us all one name, and try to get us to put all the votes of that person, play a compass on that person, save them, and flip it around. So that's my perspective on the events. I don't know if that's accurate. That's my perspective. But I feel like they were trying to scam us, and I think a lot of the other people in our party feel that way as well. So they are already not trusting of the people in the other party. Rachel in particular is very hard to read. She has a very non-emotional face. She doesn't blink a lot. And she's always kind of really focused on the game. She doesn't want to small talk. She doesn't want to chat. She wants to get down to business. JJ, I haven't really talked to JJ that much, but the other members of my party said that he was kind of being shady, and then he said the things about Holly, trying to throw her under the bus, and it was just kind of weird. And then Schneidman, I mean, he straight up lied to us like multiple times, and was kind of clumsy in it. So we know where he stands. But so that's kind of where we are with the other tribe members. I've already like done my little investigating of everybody. I know everybody's last names, their jobs, everything. I'm kind of intimidated by Rachel. She's a litigator, which means she's probably really good at making a point, really good at reading body language and seeing when people are lying, but just like really good at reading people. And so she's somebody I'm scared of. And then on my tribe, I feel like I'm in a good position. I have a solid group with me, which I feel like is basically our whole tribe, with Holly, myself, and Kayla at the center, and then kind of like Matthew and Sophia a little bit outside of that center, and then Dixon and Hager outside of that center. At least that's how it is in my mind. But so I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. I really, really, really like Holly and Kayla, and I mean, even Matthew at this point. I feel like I'm really getting to know Matthew well and liking him. I would really like to go to the end with them. I feel like we're all kind of on equal footing. Somebody in my party I'm a little nervous about would be Sophia. I feel like she's probably the person that's best poised to win and is just like the most likely to win based on her skill set. She's very genuine, very easy to talk to, very friendly, good at challenges. She's very smart. And all those things that make her a wonderful person also make her kind of a very big threat. So she's somebody I'm keeping my eye on, but I do want to still remain close to. And then I'm just a little fearful of like Dixon flipping and switching to the other tribe, because we've unanimously voted for him. Everybody in our party voted for Dixon, and he was saved. Well, Holly didn't vote for Dixon, but Dixon voted for Holly. So, so it's interesting. We're going in with 7, which seems like we should be really safe, but there's all kinds of shenanigans that JJ and Steinman and Rachel could play. There's people that could potentially flip. I could see Dixon maybe taking Sophia with him, because I feel like they're a type 2. Yeah, there's still a lot of uncertainty despite the numbers seeming so solid in 7 and 3. So it'll be interesting to see how the next many days, hopefully, the next several days go, and see how this all pans out. But I'm having a lot of fun playing and looking forward to continuing, hopefully. We'll see. Thanks.
Okay, so starting out fresh, today's challenge was bonkers. It was by far the hardest one for me personally to do. We were tasked with uncovering 3 ping pong balls that were covered in a bag of 5 pounds of flour, and we could only use a spoon stuck in our mouth to scoop out the flour. So I knew going into it was going to be pretty messy, But what I didn't realize going into it was that it was going to be so hard for me to find where I had buried these freaking ping pong balls. So I was, you know, it was a relay sort of style. We took the accumulated times of our team versus Team Wendell. I, you know, so I knew that I really had to pull my weight in it, which I do not think I necessarily did, but luckily the other people on Team Adam were able to pull my weight for me, and we did end up beating out Team Wendell. But I'm out here scooping this flour over and over again, and my poor cat Taco, he came up on the counter and I accidentally gave him a face full of flour, and he's totally okay. I cleaned him up after the challenge. He was purring by the end of it, but it was, you know, just shy of traumatic, I'd say, for both myself and my cat. So that was no joke of a challenge. But I'm glad that it meant we didn't have to go to Crossroads as Team Adam, so we just got to hang out and talk to each other, talk through potential ideas for going into potentially a rendezvous for a while. We know that JJ really overreacted when he thought that Holly was saying that JJ was going for Shannon, even though he wasn't, and that wasn't really what Holly was saying. But we think that could be a weak spot where we exploit and say, you know, start spreading the rumors to other people that were originally Team Wendell to say that JJ is gunning for them, with the hopes that that will get back to JJ and he will have a similar reaction to what he did in that other joint Crossroads. But we'll see. We did find out by the end of the night that we have officially made the rendezvous. I'm very excited to have made it this far, you know, and to make it with so many people from the original Team Adam is really great too. I am feeling a little bit nervous right off the bat going in though, because I know that with the greater majority we have of 7 people to Team Wendell originally, they're left with only 3. 3? Yeah, that's right, 3. So I think that they're really going to try to integrate themselves into some of the smaller alliances that Team Adam has going on, and that could be really dangerous if they're able to weasel their way in and then push out one of us, or push out, most importantly, me. So we'll have to, and I'll have to keep an eye on them and make sure that I'm the one who they think they can trust the most, even though I don't necessarily want to work with them more than I want to work with people on Team Adam. I think this is the point of the game where we need to start thinking about final ascent and who we would want to be up against in a final vote off to see who will win the game. So I honestly look at Schneidman, JJ, and Rachel, the 3 coming in from Team Wendell on the rendezvous, and I don't think I want to be with any of those 3 at the end. So they might be useful for a vote or 2, but in the end, if I'm going to final ascent and I get my say, I don't want them with me at the end. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. Maybe I can pull out that individual immunity win again like I did that other time in the other challenge a few nights ago. But regardless, I know it's going to be stressful, and we'll just have to see what happens.